Hi, I'm Christine.
Hi, I'm Brian.
And this is our
2025
PCT gear video. Woo!
I think that was good. In a month and a half, we're going to be hiking the Pacific Crest Trail from Canada to Mexico. We just quit our jobs. I was a forester in Washington.
And I was a fintech lawyer for 10, and before that, an antitrust lawyer making big companies bigger.
I've been wanting to do this trail for a really long time.
I didn't even know what this trail was before I saw the Reese Witherspoon movie about 10 years ago. So we thought we'd take you on the ride with us to see what we get into.
And we thought we would take this opportunity to show you our gear.
Check it out. Woo! Here we are. Okay, so head to toe, what am I planning to wear? Number one, you gotta wear a hat. I put a lot of effort into finding one I thought was pretty, but not too obnoxiously brandy, so hopefully we don't get tired of the flowers. This is my sun hoodie. It's Oiselle. It was supposed to be extra light, and it's got a hood. I frankly liked the color. I wanted it to be bright for most days. So I feel that this will help us from having to put on sunscreen every day. I also have a Oiselle fly-out shirt underneath that's super just light when it's really, really hot out, and I wear it all the time to work out. One of the items is gonna be sports bra. So I get really cold if my sports bra kind of band stays wet, and so I'm going with a craft brand sport top, actually, not a sports bra. Since we're just hiking, it'll be low impact, and I think it'll dry super fast. Nothing worse than having like a cold towel around you, essentially, once you've suffered. I am not sure on my shorts yet. I have worn these Oiselle pocket joggers for years. They're my favorite low chafe running shorts. They've got huge pockets on the side for snacks and a phone, but I worry that they're just gonna be too heavy. I just don't know how they're gonna do it in the sweat. Let's see what else. Socks. So I tend to get a ton of blisters, and so I recently started trying these Injinji toe socks. Hat tip Brian, who told me about toe socks years ago. I laughed in his face, but just recently were recommended them again by a professional, running store person. Tried them, and they've been working great. So I think I'm gonna go with them, even though the length is kind of unflattering to the mid-calf. Next is my shoes. These are the ugliest color in the world. Bubblegum is not my favorite color, but I have very high arch, narrow feet, and so I tried on every shoe in Seven Hills, if you guys know anything about Seattle running stores, and came up with these. They're a new shoe by the company Rossignol, which is, like I said, mostly like skiing, but they are super comfortable so far, so I'm very, very excited. I'm also terrified of having wet feet all day and doing stream crossings. So I'm putting a little extra weight. I'm bringing these Teva, I guess is how you pronounce it according to ads. I prefer to call them Tevas. But these Tevas, they're the Hurricane XLT2. They're so comfortable. I've had them now for over a year, but they actually like cinch on and strap. So I think I can wear them across streams without my feet getting knocked around. And then I can actually hike in them too. I've probably put 30 hiking miles on these. So I think they're gonna be a great kind of second pair camp shoe, water crossing, and just if I did get blisters or my feet need to air out. So there we go. That's what I'm planning to wear pretty much every day for the next 4 months.
And this is what I'm gonna be wearing. Got a runner hat that I've had for years that says, "Take it easy." I've got a Dynafit t-shirt, just a synthetic thing. For shorts, I'm wearing John G running shorts. Really comfortable, built-in brief. I've got darn tough socks. I think they're gonna hold up pretty well. And I've got Hoka Speedgoat trail running shoes. And that's everything I'm gonna be wearing as my first base layer, day in, day out for 5 months.
So here I am, all bundled up. It's super cold out, so I thought I'd show you all of my clothes. These are old running gloves that I've had forever. This is a Marmot rain jacket. My Montbell puffy, it's 1,000 fill. Next, I have the Patagonia Capilene Thermal. And then my pants, I've got some Patagonia joggers. I'll be honest, the cuffs are a little tight for my calves, so we'll see if I need to change these. And then I've got socks for camp and warm. And the pièce de résistance, my beanie, courtesy of my mom from Alaska. She got it when we were there together. It's made of Quiviet, I believe is how you pronounce it, which is an amazing fabric. It's kind of like a wool cashmere. So here we go. This is me, hopefully bundled up, curled up and warm.
All right, so this is what I'm packing in my backpack, starting with the weirdest item, which is the rain quilt. Christine and I thought we would both try this instead of rain pants. We can also just use it for a sit pad. Put that on the ground, we can sit on it and not get dirty. Then I got my rain jacket. This is Outdoor Research Helium. Probably doesn't actually keep me dry though. Got wool gloves. The wool keeps you warm even when it's wet. Underneath my rain jacket, I've got this puffy. This is, I think, 14 ounces, way heavier than it needs to be, but I know it's going to keep me warm as long as I keep it dry. Underneath that, I've got Future Fleece, one that I know I'll be able to hike in. And then underneath the fleece, I've got also North Face sun shirt, Patagonia jogger pants, and then one more item for camp, fleece pants. Other things that I'm packing in my backpack, I've got some extra socks and underwear, and I think that's it. Then I've got the stuff I'm wearing during the day, and that's all I'm bringing for clothes. And we are both bringing bug nets. In case we run into the mosquitoes, we've got this extra layer.
Hey, friends and family, we just finished, or are still finishing, in Brian's case, dinner. It was actually our first homemade recipe cooked on our new stove, and we thought it would be the perfect time to show you what our kitchen looks like as we're gonna travel. We have this 2.5 quart. We might go with a 1.5 quart to save space, but they're about the same weight. Anything else you want to say about our...
The non-stick works really well.
It's amazing. It just like slides right out of there. The next is Talenti jars, very popular on the trail. We did suffer through eating the ice cream as well to obtain these. One for each of us. They're basically for either doing a slow cook ramen during the day while we walk, or we're gonna use them as shaker jars to do our protein shakes too. Always bring our own lighter in case our igniter doesn't work on our stove. That's what this is. I did have to learn how to light this for the first time, which was shockingly hard. Next, this is just a regular kitchen scrubby. Brian, do you want to tell them about the SOBO wind burner?
Got the SOBO wind burner to replace the Snow Peak stove. Snow Peak, I've used it for a decade. Worked pretty well, but I know it's not the most efficient and doesn't do very well in the wind. It's supposed to do really well in the wind, hence the name, and more fuel efficient.
And then we'll be carrying, I don't know, 1, maybe 2 of these at a time. Hopefully we just want. Next, actually, we got this titanium mug / small pot.
Yeah, also made by MSR. Titanium pot. What I like about this is it's a bowl, it's a cup, and I can put it on the stove and cook with it. So we cooked our rice tonight in this guy, enough for both of us.
Yep.
But for pasta or something like that, that's really when we're gonna want the bigger pot.
So then we also have a plate. It's just kind of another thing so we can separate things out. For soap and cleaning, we have this multi-purpose wilderness wash. It's supposed to be good and safe on the lakes. Of course, we're not going to try and use too much, but it will be our soap for all purposes. So cooked soap, cleaning, body cleaning, shampoo. That's all of it. Highly concentrated. And then we have the spork situation. We may get a longer one if we stay with the bigger pot, just because I learned today. Oops, sorry, Brian. I dropped the spoon into the entire pot, and so then it was it got the handle dirty. So it might be better to have a long handle for that purpose, but we'll see. I like having both a spoon and a fork. So.
Mm-hmm. And then since we're talking about food, we also have this bear bag. This weighs 8 ounces versus a bear canister that weighs 3 pounds. So we're going to bring this probably all the way down until we get to the area in California where we need the canister. Yeah, that's the kitchen.
Looking forward to some good cooking. This is our tent, the Z-Pack Triplex. We want the triplex instead of the duplex, which some couples use because I thought I might need my space. We went with the Z-Packs because 1.5 pounds for this entire tent, no joke. It uses our trekking poles to stand it up, so it saves a ton of weight that way. This Dyneema fabric is supposed to be fully waterproof. We will see and we will pray. And the other thing we did was pick the kind that the flaps close with a clip instead of a zipper to save every extra ounce. Here's where it gets interesting. So we try and save weight on everything except we splurged on this. This is the Xped Double Wide. It is 2.9 pounds. Any of you that use the Thermarest ultralights or hyperlights, whatever they're called, you know that they're less than a pound each. So we're definitely maxing out on weight, but it's huge. And further to sleeping well, I got the Nemo, 3 ounces, totally worth it. Gotta sleep.
Oh, and of course we have our Quilt by Enlightened equipment. It's down, rated to 20 degrees, and only weighs 1 pound 10 ounces. And it's just big enough for 2 people in the large, extra wide version.
Let's talk packs. This is the ULA circuit, and yes, I did custom select these colors because I thought a little bit more color might bring joy on those hard days. I've got hanging off the back my pee pad. If you haven't tried one of these, ladies, highly recommend it. Will change your hiking, camping life. Water bottles. I will have one super lightweight water bottle in the side pocket, and I've got another one on my shoulder strap up front. This one has a built-in filter for it. Brian kind of has the same thing. What's cool about it is you just dip it in the water in the lake or the stream, and then not only does it come out when you drink it purified, but also you can use this then to filter water into the other more generic lightweight water bottle. It's got 2 pockets in front. One will hold my phone, one will hold a handkerchief, something new I'm trying instead of trying to bring Kleenexes, and then lots of snacks in the side pockets. The only other thing probably worth mentioning here is that we will have an ice axe for at least part of the trip. Safety first, everybody. We just got the lightest weight ones we could. And then the good old ever popular trowel and toilet paper will always be in this outside easily accessible pouch.
I've got the same backpack setup as Christine. That's all. Actually, one more thing, because this is a large and she has a small, this carries a lot more than hers. For first aid, pretty minimal. In addition to this, we've got an inReach. For this, we've got blisters, pads, we've got some gauze, some ibuprofen. By weight, it's probably 50% Body Glide. And that's about it.
How would direction?
Yeah.
Come on. That was so fast.